Good evening. As Chair of the Gwinnett County Board of Education, I hereby call to order the May 14, 2026 business meeting of the board. Y'all could keep playing. That was actually kind of nice, like some nice slow music in the background while you talk, you know. So, great job, anyway. I extend a warm welcome to everyone present for tonight's meeting. The board, Dr. Taylor, and I are pleased that you have joined us as we celebrate achievements, review information, and make policy decisions related to the effective operations of Gwinnett County Public Schools. Before we begin, I'd like to draw your attention to the screen on my left, where you'll see the school board's core beliefs and commitments, which will be on display during our business school board meetings. These statements aren't just words. They reflect the guiding principles that shape every decision we make and every goal we set. They serve as a compass for our district, reminding us of our shared responsibility to foster a learning environment where every student can thrive. I encourage you to take a moment to read them carefully, as they are central to the work we do together as educators, leaders, and community members. As part of the Board of Education's new meeting schedule, the board held its monthly work session earlier this week. During work sessions, board members take time to learn more about student learning, school operations, and district initiatives. And we also talk through topics that may come up before the business board meeting. You can view the full work session recording now on our website, and meeting materials and reports are on the board agenda online next week. The monthly business meetings of the board are open to the public. We are grateful for the number of people interested in our schools who are in attendance tonight. This business meeting is when the board conducts its business in governing the school system in a public arena. The business meetings are not meetings with the public. Therefore, comments from the audience will be confined to the time designated for citizens to address the board, according to policy BCBI. Speakers are encouraged to maintain appropriate meeting decorum, follow appropriate protocols, protect the confidentiality of students, prevent defamatory statements, and ensure the impartiality of the board. The board requests that speakers not speak directly about an individual, students, parents, or staff members. Thank you for embracing these qualities and for modeling them for our children and our community during tonight's meeting. Please silence your cell phones and/or communication devices before we begin our proceedings. Now I would like to call to the podium Mr. Brian James, owner of Corporate Specialty Insignia, to lead us in a moment of reflection, followed by the South Gwinnett High School Army JROTC under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Ken Johnson, U.S. Army retired, Sergeant First Class LaKendra McNeil, U.S. Army retired, and Chief Warrant Officer Second Anatavius Crawford, U.S. Army retired, who represent the colors and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Johnson Morgan. Board, Dr. Taylor. In this moment, I reflect of my grandparents, both maternal and paternal, who did not progress beyond the 3rd grade. So I feel their spirit in this moment. I would ask all to stand with me. I am Brian James, and I bring you greetings, well wishes on behalf of my bride and business partner, bride of 40, business partner of 32, Kelly James, as we serve both as consultants of Corporate Specialty Insignia. I thank you for asking me tonight to be a part of this. As we come together, may we demonstrate wisdom, integrity, respect, and grace in our interactions with each other. Let us acknowledge the many good things around us and ways we could bring blessings to others. Thank you to those in the audience who lend their leadership and service to our schools and our communities. We also extend appreciation to many different people, our families, our teachers, and others in the community who support public education and our public school students. Finally, let us keep the children of Gwinnett County in mind as we speak, act, and make decisions tonight. With that in mind, I ask that you join me in a moment of silence, personal reflection about our students, our district, our greater community, and our brother, Melvin Everson. Thank you.
Time. March. Car. Pull. Left. Peace. Set. Comes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Comes. Right. Peace. Forward. March. Seated. Thank you for the South Gwinnett High School JROTC for being part of this meeting. Thank you all. Before we begin our business meeting agenda this evening, we take a few minutes to hear from one of the most important voices in our school system, our students. At this time, I would like to invite our Berkmar High School's principal, Dr. Gabriel Zaragoza, to introduce the student presentation. Oh, okay.
Good evening, Board Chairperson Dr. Therese Johnson-Morgan, members of the board, and Interim Superintendent Dr. Al Taylor. My name is Dr. Gabriel Zaragoza, proud principal of Berkmar High School. At Berkmar, our Fine Arts Department is a pillar of engagement and strong representation of our school culture. The Berkmar High School Band Program is a thriving and comprehensive musical community, serving over 180 dedicated student musicians. Our program offers a wide range of ensembles, including the Mighty Marching Patriots, Wind Symphony, Symphonic Band, Concert Band, Percussion Ensemble, Jazz Band, Chamber Ensembles, and the Majestic Essence Flag and Dance Team. Through these opportunities, students cultivate musical excellence, discipline, and teamwork in a dynamic and supportive environment. The band program consistently earns superior ratings at marching competitions, as well as at concert and jazz performances, demonstrating a continued commitment of excellence. This evening, you will have the pleasure of hearing from the Berkmar High School Jazz Band, also known as the Swinging Pats. Please join me in welcoming directors Dr. Arthur Wright III, Tyreek Carson, and the Berkmar High School Swinging Pats.
It is always such a joy to really see the amazing talent we have across our school system. This is just absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Berkmar, for your talent and really sharing with us all of the wonderful skills that you all have. So this is when we talk about our core beliefs and commitments, this is an example of how we center our children. And so thank you all again. Now we are going to turn our meeting over for our public comments for our students. This is also another opportunity for us to center the voices of our students. The first student we have for a public comment to address the board is Jose Alfonso Ortega. Please approach the podium. You have about 3 minutes for your comments. Jose Alfonso Aritiega. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Now we will move on to the adoption of the agenda. Dr. Taylor, do you have any changes to the agenda?
Yes, I would ask that we amend the agenda to add item 7.1, Resolution Policy GBC, Employment and Recruitment, and remove old business item 9.1, Policy FD, Long-Term Facilities Planning, and new business item 10.1, Policy JCDAF, Use of Electronic Devices by Students.
Board members, do I have any changes to the agenda? Okay. Do I have a motion regarding the agenda?
I make a motion to adopt the agenda for the May 14, 2026 business meeting.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Dr. Taylor?
Thank you, Chair Dr. Therese. We now have a series of recognitions, which is always a highlight of these board meetings. So for our first recognition, I call on Corey Collier, Assistant Director of Athletics and Student Services. Mr. Collier.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Johnson Morgan, board members, Dr. Taylor. Esports has become an important part of the student engagement innovation in Georgia high schools. With support from the Georgia High School Association and growing participation within Gwinnett County Public Schools. Esports programs provide students with opportunities to build teamwork, leadership, communication, strategic thinking, and digital literacy skills while increasing school involvement and career readiness. Tonight, I would like to present to you Brookwood High School Esport Rocket League 4A through 6A state champions for spring 2026. Here representing Brookwood High School administration tonight is Christine Cheklo, assistant principal, and to formally introduce the staff and team members is head coach Jack Branch.
Thank you, Board. I would like to take this opportunity to just recognize the support that Gwinnett County Public Schools has given to esports and to Brookwood. It's been instrumental in building up esports throughout the county, but especially at Brookwood. The number of times we've been before you guys as state champions is, I think, a testament to that. But I also like to take this opportunity to point out that this group of young men here are representatives of the success of esports at the middle school level as well. All these young men got started in esports at the middle school level, and so the success at that level, I think, is very important for us to recognize as well. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your 2026 Rocket League Esport State Champions, Brookwood High School. Thank you.
Congratulations to the Brookwood Esports team on winning your third state championship, and also thank you as well, Mr. Collier. For our next two recognitions, I call on Dr. Katana Harris, Director of the Multilingual Learner Program. Dr. Harris, the podium is yours.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Therese Johnson Morgan, board members, Superintendent Al Taylor. I am Dr. Katana Harris, Director, Multilingual Learner Program, and it is with great enthusiasm and pleasure that I'm here to recognize two exemplary staff and student this evening. Accompanying our honorees are Marlene Goodall, Assistant Principal, Paul Duke STEM High School, Leslie Dunham, Science Teacher, Paul Duke High School, Dr. Molly McCullough, Principal, Jackson Elementary School, and Tennille McDaniel, ESOL Assistant Principal, Jackson Elementary School, and of course, the proud families of these nominees or awardees. So we will begin with Ms. Nyana Hampton, representing Jackson Elementary School. Each year, the Georgia Department of Education recognizes one outstanding ESOL teacher from every district and independent charter school. Nominees for this award must demonstrate a positive impact on multilingual learners, their families, and the communities in a broader school community, as well as their professionalism and how they lead in their school. Ms. Hampton, ESOL teacher at Jackson Elementary School, embodies those qualities. Her classroom reflects one in which it's inclusive, it's culturally linguistic, and she uses a responsive approach to meet the needs of her multilingual learner students. Beyond instruction, Ms. Hampton is a trusted advocate for multilingual learners and their families, especially when navigating with our newcomer students who are entering and experiencing a U.S. school for the first time. The families consistently say that Ms. Hampton treats them with such care and professionalism, and she helps to ease their transition into a U.S. school. Her leadership strengthens their entire school. She designs and leads professional learning for multilingual learners, and her influence extends nationally, as she is a WIDA Fellow for the 25-26 school year, which is a great honor, and they have also asked her to return as a 26-27 WIDA Fellow as well. Additionally, she consults with the Center for Applied Linguistics to further build supports and resources for multilingual learners. And so with that, congratulations, Ms. Hampton. And then we will go ahead and move on to our exemplary English learner high school senior, Eileen Martinez, who is representing Paul Duke STEM High School. And again, annually, the Department of Ed recognizes an exemplary English learner student in every district in our state. Our nominees must be on track to graduate, and they must also hold a 3.5 or higher GPA, demonstrate leadership, strong character, outstanding behavior, and regular attendance. And Eileen exemplifies these qualities. Her teachers describe her as an extraordinary student whose kindness, empathy, and determination define everything that she does. She approaches any challenge with optimism and a belief in her ability to succeed. Eileen maintains a 3.8 GPA and challenges herself with advanced coursework such as AP Psychology. She is not only excelling academically, but she is a supportive member of Paul Duke STEM, where she is a leader in her classroom. She encourages her peers consistently. She contributes to that positive learning community in her school. Eileen's dedication to service is equally impressive. This young lady has earned induction into the National Honor Society, where she has already served 150 service hours. She also contributes as a tutor for classmates. She volunteers at the public library where she leverages her bilingualism to support families and people in the community. Lastly, she's a member of the Latina Dance Club, a community in which she considers her second family. Her enthusiasm and leadership enrich that group and reflects the joy that she brings each and every day to her school. Eileen is planning to attend the University of Georgia in the fall and major in law. She is inspired to become a lawyer like her father, who is sitting proudly in the audience with us tonight. Eileen's positivity and compassion, it just proves that multilingualism is a strength, and she embodies that truth every day. And I am so deeply proud to stand up here and share how awesome she is with everyone tonight. So congratulations, Eileen and Ms. Hampton. If you will please clap for them, because they've done some amazing things. And then turn around so that your families can take a picture. Thank you so much for your time.
Congratulations to Ms. Martinez-Contreras and Ms. Hampton on the impact and leadership you are making in your communities. And as well, thank you, Dr. Harris. For the next recognition, I call on Dr. Keena Riles Jenkins, Director of Accelerated Programs and Gifted. Dr. Riles Jenkins.
Good evening, Chairwoman Dr. Johnson Morgan, board members, and Dr. Taylor. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the recipients of the 2025 AP School Honor Roll Awards. Earlier this year, the College Board recognized 16 of our high schools for the AP School Honor Roll. The AP School Honor Roll recognizes schools that demonstrate success in 3 areas: college culture, college credit, and college optimization across 4 levels of distinction: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. These indicators reflect efforts to increase AP participation, ensure students are prepared to earn college credit, and encourages students to take full advantage of advanced academic opportunities. For a school to be recognized on the AP School Honor Roll, it must meet the following criteria anchored in research-based relationships between advanced placement and college outcomes. The first area, college culture, with 40% or more of the graduating cohort taking at least 1 AP exam during high school. College credit, the second area, with 25% or more of their graduating cohort scoring at least 3 or higher on at least 1 AP exam during high school. College optimization, with 2% of the graduating cohort taking 5 or more AP exams during high school, and at least one of those exams taken in 9th grade or 10th grade, so that students are spreading their AP experience across grades rather than focusing on one particular year. In addition, schools on the AP School Honor Roll may also earn AP Access Award, honoring schools that demonstrate a very clear and effective commitment to equitable access to advanced coursework. Of 497 qualifying schools, only 39% earned a place on the 2025 AP School Honor Roll. Join me as I celebrate the hard work and efforts of our 16 schools. Please hold your applause until I call out each school. Brookwood High School. Here tonight accepting the award on their behalf, AP or Assistant Principal, Kristen Chelko. Collins Hill High School, Silver Award. Accepting the award tonight on their behalf, Principal Lee Augman. Decula High School, Bronze. I will accept the award on their behalf tonight. Tequila High School, bronze, their first time being recognized for this award. Here tonight to accept their award, Assistant Principal Megan Hathaway. Grayson High School, bronze, here tonight accepting their award, Assistant Principal Nikki Withrow. The Gwinnett School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology, Platinum Award, here tonight accepting their award, Principal Logan Maum. Lanier High School, Silver Award, here tonight accepting their award, Principal Dr. Christopher Martin. McClure Health Science High School, Gold Award, here tonight accepting their award, Dr. Gypsy Hernandez, Principal. Mill Creek High School, Silver Award, Principal Jason Lane, accepting their award tonight. Mountain View High School, Bronze Award, here tonight accepting their award, Principal Stephanie Stewart. Norcross High School, the Bronze Award, Will Bishop, Principal, accepting their award tonight. North Gwinnett High School, Gold Award, Principal Nathan Ballantyne, here tonight accepting their award. Parkview High School, Silver Award, Principal David T. Smith, here tonight accepting their award. Paul Duke STEM High School, Silver Award, here tonight accepting their award, Assistant Principal Marlene Goodall. Peachtree Ridge High School, Silver Award. I'm going to accept their award tonight on their behalf. Is Jad here? I'm here. With the boot on. Jad Jarasinski is here as principal, accepting their award tonight. It'd be my honor. And last but not least, Seconder High School Silver Award, Assistant Principal Tyler Woolridge is here to accept their award. Admin, please turn to face the audience at this time. And everyone, please join me in congratulating them. As we congratulate the schools represented tonight, we want to extend a special thank you to the board members for their continued support and academic excellence within Gwinnett County Public Schools. Thank you so much for your continued support and appreciation.
Congratulations to our 16 Advanced Placement Honor Roll schools on your recognition, and thank you as well, Dr. Rouse Jenkins. For the next recognition, I call on Dr. Viren Vetter, Director of World Languages and Dual Language Immersion. Dr. Vetter.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Morgan, members of the board, and Dr. Taylor. With great pleasure, we present students from our World Languages Latin program who have been recognized for awards of distinction. We are celebrating some students who have excelled on the National Latin Exam, which is a test given annually around the world and provides an opportunity for students to receive recognition for their accomplishments in the classroom. This evening, we are celebrating the achievements of students from Archer and Brookwood High Schools. Accompanying our honorees from Archer are Principal Dr. Conquisha Thompson, Assistant Principal Amy Kroc, and Latin teacher Mackenzie Blankenship. Students, as I call your name, please step forward and back, and audience, hold your applause. Our gold honorees, Sarah Lyons, Arleth Villatoro, Willow Wiltshire, who holds the impressive distinction of receiving a perfect score on her exam. Silver honorees, Finn Babadostaf, Salma Bangura, Joy Iwu, Gabriela Morales Ortiz, Natalia Padilla Ponce, Guinevere Randall, and Sydney Roberts. Joining our Broncos from Brookwood are Assistant Principal Kristen Chelko and Latin teachers Ashley Allgood and Lucy Lowe. Our gold honorees, Maya Solomon, who also received a perfect score on her exam. Isan Ahmed, Nima Basha, Tammy Baruch, Catherine Kelly, Elena Michael, Hussein Mitaiwala, Akari Nang, Brooke Robinson, Brielle Phillips, Saran Zaliki. Our silver honorees, Kayla Bonilla, Natalia Ceballos, Carson Dang, Tahan Khalid, Camille Kirby, Nhan Nguyen, Esta Nu, and Mei Yi Sun. Congratulations. Please turn around so we can celebrate you. Thank you, Dr. Taylor and the board, for this opportunity to recognize excellence and for your continued support of world languages and dual language immersion education in our school system. Good evening.
Congratulations to you students. I commend you on the significant achievement at both the state and national levels. And thank you as well, Dr. Zephyr. For the next recognition, I call on Sherelle Tubbs, Social Studies Director. Ms. Tubbs.
Good evening. Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Johnson Morgan, board members, and Dr. Taylor. This evening, Gwinnett County Public Schools is proud to recognize students who have demonstrated an exceptional commitment to civic learning and community engagement through the Civic Engagement Diploma Seal. The Civic Engagement Diploma Seal recognizes high school students who have developed meaningful civic knowledge skills and dispositions throughout their high school years. This distinction highlights students' ability to engage in thoughtfully with their communities and participate constructively in civic life. In addition to supporting individual student achievement, the Social Studies Office plays a critical role in leading and coordinating school-wide civic initiatives. Throughout the year, the office works collaboratively with schools to promote student participation in Constitution Week in September and Civic Week in March. These efforts ensure students have consistent opportunities to engage in authentic civic learning through structured activities, resources, and lessons focused on civic literacy, democratic principles, and active participation in citizenship. This year, we had 116 students across Gwinnett County Public Schools that have earned the Civic Engagement Diploma Seal. These students represent the best of what it means to be engaged, informed, and committed members of their communities. Before recognizing our students, we would also like to acknowledge the parents and guardians whose support, encouragement, and guidance have played an essential role in helping these students reach this milestone. Your partnership has made a lasting impact, and we thank you. At this time, I would like to invite our Civic Engagement Instructional Specialist, Lindsay Weaver, to the podium to just share more about the experiences of these students and to recognize them.
Thank you, Mrs. Tubbs. Students earning the Civic Engagement Diploma Seal engage in meaningful real-world experiences that extend learning beyond the classrooms. Through service learning and community-based civic projects, students deepen their understanding of civic responsibility while actively contributing to their communities. These experiences include volunteering, organizing or supporting community initiatives, participating in civic problem solving, and collaborating with local organizations or government entities. Through this work, students are not only learning about civic life, they are actively practicing it. By engaging in these sustained civic learning opportunities, these students demonstrate that they are prepared to contribute as informed, responsible, and active citizens beyond graduation. At this time, we would like to recognize these outstanding students. Archer High School, 6 students. Accompanying these students are Dr. Conquisha Thompson, Principal, Garnet Messer, SEDS Liaison, Please turn around so your families can capture this moment. Next up, we have Collins Hill High School, 21 students. Accompanying these students are Lee Ogman, principal, and Dr. Christopher Daniels, SEDS liaison. We're happy to have them here. Please turn around so your parents can acknowledge. We have Discovery High School 5 students, as well as Gwinnett School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology 7 students. These two schools could not join us this evening. Next up, we have McClure High School. We have 14 students, and to honor these students, we have Dr. Gypsy Hernandez, principal, Sally Taylor, assistant principal, and Tiffany Sanford, SIDS liaison. Thank you for recognizing McClure. We have Mill Creek High School. We have 13 students. Accompanying these students are Jason Lane, principal, and Danielle Barnes, SEDS liaison. Thank you for your hard work. Please turn around for your parents. We have Mountain View High School, 2 students. Accompanying these students are Stephanie Stewart, principal, and Patrick Bates, SEDS liaison. Perfect. Please turn around. Thank you. We have North Gwinnett High School, 1 student. Accompanying this student is Nathan Ballantyne, principal, and James Davidson, SEDS liaison. We have Parkview High School, 12 students. Accompanying these students are David Smith, principal, and Jenny Harvey, SEDS liaison. You may turn around. Seconder High School, 27 students. Accompanying these students are Tyler Woolridge, assistant principal, and Amanda Runkle, SEDS liaison. You may turn around. Perfect, yes. Finally, South Gwinnett High School, 8 students. They could not join us this evening. Please join us in congratulating these students for their dedication to civic engagement.
Thank you, Lindsay, for highlighting the meaningful work behind this recognition. Students, thank you so much for representing what is possible in Gwinnett County Public Schools. You have not only learned about civic responsibility, you have lived it. The experiences you have engaged in and the impact you have made in your communities reflect Gwinnett County Public Schools. To our educators and school leaders, thank you for your guidance and support and the opportunity you have provided. This recognition is a direct reflection of your commitment to developing students who are prepared to lead, serve, and contribute. Students, we are proud of you. We look forward to the ways you will continue to shape our communities. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, students, on this distinction awarded to you for your knowledge, skills, and commitment. And thank you as well, Ms. Tubbs. For the next few recognitions, I call on Sally Holloway, Interim Executive Director of College and Career Development. Ms. Holloway, the floor is yours.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Therese Johnson Morgan, board members, and Dr. Taylor. It's an honor tonight to recognize outstanding performance from the Office of Artificial Intelligence and Computer Science. Tonight, we'll recognize many students and teachers for excellence in robotics, computer science, and STEM. Our first two recognitions tonight are for two of our outstanding teachers who recently received national recognition. FIRST Robotics offers opportunities for elementary students in discover, explore, and challenge areas, grades K through 8, fostering students' STEM skills through hands-on learning and competitive robotics and research projects. The Jeff Rosen New Coach Award recognizes an outstanding first-year coach who's demonstrated remarkable dedication to the mission of FIRST. They've shown a commitment to learning alongside their students and their passion for growing the robotics community. This year's award recipient was Shelby Arnold, computer science teacher at Kanaheta Elementary. Coaching robotics, especially the first year, can be overwhelming, and Ms. Arnold excelled as a new coach. She's joined tonight by Ms. LaShante Long, assistant principal. Congratulations, Shelby. The Jeff Rosen Coach Award recognizes excellence in coaching and mentorship for First LEGO League for experienced coaches. This award celebrates a leader who embodies the spirit of FIRST, driving technical innovation, championing the growth of robotics, and empowering the coach community. This year's award recipient also is a leader for Gwinnett County Public Schools, serving other coaches, providing training and support, like Ms. Arnold, as they embark on their robotics experience. The recipient of this award is Ms. Michelle Rule, computer science teacher at Sugar Hill Elementary. Sugar Hill is represented tonight by Assistant Principal Jessica Rogers. Congratulations, Michelle. Next, we recognize Lovin Elementary School for earning recognition from the Georgia Department of Education as a STEM certified school for 2026 to 2030. After a rigorous year-long review of their STEM program, the Georgia DOE presented the faculty and staff of Lovin Elementary with their STEM certification in a recent banner ceremony. Their certification will continue for the next 5 years, ensuring that Lovin students get hands-on real-world experience. Lovin STEM program engages students in solving real-world problems in their local community using the knowledge and skills from across content areas and modeling portrait of a graduate competencies. Representing Lovin Elementary tonight are Principal Bridget Brown, Assistant Principals Viviarine Argilagos, Danelle Chamberlain, and Dion Johnson. They're also joined by their STEM teacher, Garen Hinnenball. Congratulations, Lovin Elementary. Now, I'm excited to recognize our first student from our office this evening, and this is not her first time up here receiving an award. Our student tonight is recognized as a part of the Georgia Department of Education's Cybersecurity Awareness Poster Contest. Annually, the Georgia DOE partners with the Georgia Leaders of Educational Technology to host this contest for elementary, middle, and high school students to bring awareness to cybersecurity best practices. This year's winner for first place elementary was Anisha Tehran, who actually received this honor last year from Sugar Hill Elementary. So we have a repeat champion whose teacher, by the way, is also up here being recognized, Michelle Rule, and their AP, Miss Jessica Rogers. Congratulations, Anisha. Honorees, please face the audience to be recognized. Our last recognition tonight is for North Gwinnett Middle School's first and second place state tournament champions for VEX Robotics. VEX robotics competitions provide middle and high school students an opportunity to apply their STEM and computer science skills to solve real-world problems. VEX teams practice creativity, computational thinking, and design skills to build, program, and compete with their robots. We're recognizing North Gwinnett Middle's team for their first and second place state wins tonight, but they also represented GCPS at the World Championship very recently. We're one of our few schools to go, so we're proud of them for that as well. The first place team tonight being recognized includes students Harrison Brothwaite, Felicia Chin, Connor Cunningham, Jeremy Emmanuel, Lucas Ireland, Alexander Kitt, Ryan Lee, Aiden Leong, and Nishanth Palella. Representing North Gwinnett Middle's second place team are Ariana Brothwaite, Myra Chakoti, Jason Chong, Nathan Daniel, Ariana Giovanni, Harsh Patel, Samar Patel, Nicholas Rule, Tate Sampay, Mari Seat, and Leonardo Vasquez Belen. Accompanying these students tonight are their teacher, Greg Morris, and North Gwinnett Middle School principal, Sherry Gilbert. Students, please face the audience to be recognized. Thank you, students, and congratulations on your success. Thank you, board members and Dr. Taylor, for your continued support of these programs and giving students the opportunity to demonstrate real-world problem solving in STEM, AI, robotics, and computer science. Thank you.
Congratulations, students, for a job well done. And thank you as well, staff, for your commitment to our student success. And thank you also, Ms. Holloway. For the next few recognitions, I call on Dustin Davis Austin, Director of Academies and Career, Technical and Agricultural Education. Mr. Davis Austin.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Johnson Morgan, board members, and Dr. Taylor. As Director of Academies and Career, Technical, and Agricultural Education, I'm pleased to recognize a number of our students and teachers this evening, primarily for their work in career and technical student organizations known as CTSOs. We are proud to support a number of CTSOs throughout the district. This year, students are encouraged to participate in these intercurricular activities, which extend their learning far beyond the classroom. Through various leadership and competitive events, they meet other like-minded students from across the state and the nation. Our first CTSO tonight is Future Business Leaders of America, or FBLA. FBLA is the largest career student business organization in the world and offers middle and high school students with interests in business, marketing, finance, and entrepreneurship an opportunity to participate in leadership development activities and compete in a variety of events at the regional, state, and international levels. Tonight, we recognize first and second place winners at this year's state competition. Please hold your applause until all of our honorees have been introduced. From Decula Middle School, in second place, Personal Finance, Krista Duna. The teacher is Kizzy Parker, and the principal of Decula Middle School is Kimberly Bussey. From Northbrook Middle School, first place, Business Communications, Arkeesh Panjwani. Their teacher is Sabrina Jones. From Twin Rivers Middle School, second place in Career Exploration, Kaimani Spencer. The teacher is Jenny Peoples, and the principal of Twin Rivers Middle School is Dr. Quincy Wallace. From Brookwood High School, first place Human Resource Management, Saman Kukla. First place Retail Management, Shri Patel. The teacher is Herbert Dunbar, and representing Brookwood High School tonight is Assistant Principal Kristen Chelko. From Meadow Creek High School, for first place Gold Chapter of the Year, Alex Morales Zavala and Jaslyn Gruselin. Second place, Introduction to FBLA, Eduardo Munoz Martinez. Their teacher is Pintu Thacker, and the principal of Meadow Creek High School is Dr. Kevin Wood. Honorees, please turn and face the audience for a well-deserved round of applause. Our next CTSO is Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, or FCCLA, which offers intracurricular resources and opportunities for students to pursue careers that support families and communities. Located in 48 states with 182,000 student participants nationwide, tonight we recognize first and second place winners from this year's state competition. From Archer High School, second place, Focus on Children, Marie Denton. Second place, Focus on Children Star Events, Nevaeh Dixon. Their teachers are Jill Bullard and Dolores Garcia, and the principal of Archer High School is Dr. Keisha Thompson. From Berkmar High School, first place in Hospitality, Tourism, and Recreation, Long Hong and Irfan Ibrahim. First place, National Programs in Action, Heidi Robles Mungia. First place, Professional Presentation, Aaliyah Balagan and Morris Iwuzi and Sarah Graves. Their teacher is Diane Dixon, and the principal of Berkmar High School is Dr. Gabriel Zaragoza. From Maxwell High School of Technology, second place, Early Childhood Education, Aubrey Hoyt. Second place, three-person culinary team competition, Natalia Hadula, Jack Lees, and DiMaggio Zinconi. Their teachers are Carrie McFall and Chef Belinda Del Vasto. The principal of Maxwell High School of Technology is Dr. Jeff Hall. From North Gwinnett High School, second place, Interpersonal Communication, Kaylin Fireall. Second place, Sustainability, Kinsley Folkman. The principal of North Gwinnett High School is Nathan Ballantyne. Next, I would like to present the students who were awarded second place in the Georgia Department of Education School Nutrition Program Student Chef Competition. The Student Chef Competition invites students to submit advanced recipes that leaders from the Georgia Department of Education review and select finalists whose recipes are then offered to districts across the state of Georgia. The second place team from Berkmar High School tonight is represented by Joshua Ordonez Acevedo. Their teacher is Chef Preston Gouge, and Berkmar High School's principal is Dr. Gabriel Zaragoza. Ladies and gentlemen, if students and teachers, if you will please turn, and ladies and gentlemen, if you will please give them a round of applause. And we had so many first and second place state winners in TSA, the Technology Student Association. We're in 3 groups tonight. So our last CTSO, like I said, is the Technology Student Association, or TSA. TSA is a national organization devoted exclusively to the needs of students interested in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. TSA's membership includes more than 250,000 middle and high school student members in over 2,000 schools spanning 49 states. TSA partners with universities and other organizations to promote a variety of STEM competitions and opportunities for both students and teachers. Members learn through exciting competitive events, leadership opportunities, and much more. And tonight, we recognize the first and second place winners from this year's state competition. From the Gwinnett School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology. In second place, Electrical Applications, Victoria Q. Second place, Engineering Design, Evan Chin and Alistair Go. First place, On-Demand Video, Brianna Kodrescu, Hannah Kim, Andrew Park, Sylvie Pham, and Hannah Trung. Their teacher is Julia Ratchkowski, and the principal of Gwinnett School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology is Logan Malm. From North Gwinnett High School, first place in Children's Stories, Arish Chandra, Esther Go, Emily Kim, Rua Kwan, Sarah Fan, Renee Song. First place in video game design. I'm sorry, actually none of our students could be here in video game design. Their teacher is Kevin Bradley, and the principal of North Gwinnett High School is Nathan Ballantyne. Honorees, please turn and face the audience for a well-deserved round of applause. Continuing our honors with the Technology Student Association from Parkview High School. In first place, Architectural Design, Dawn Dang, Sophia Lynn, Natalie Lopez, Rakik Sampson, and Nathan Tran. In second place, Board Game Design, Dawn Dang, Prisha Devisha, Sophia Lynn, Natalie Lopez, and John Pham. In second place, Cybersecurity High School Level, Priyavarta Deb, Jaden Ha, Justin Lin, Natalie Lopez, Jay Punamaya, and Gurmachu Sampson. In second place, Geospatial Technology, Imnit Tesfaye. First place, Music Production, Natty Demasay, Kyle Anthony Glenn, and Nathan Tran. First place, Outstanding Student, Natalie Lopez. First place, System Control and Technology, Jaden Ha and Spencer McDonald. Second place, Transportation Modeling, Ali Ahmed. First place for Outstanding Chapter. Representing the chapter is Natalie Lopez, Parkview TSA President, and all of the TSA Parkview members that are present tonight. Their teacher is Camelia Calvert, and the principal of Parkview High School is David Smith. If you'll please turn and face the audience for a round of applause. From Paul Duke STEM High School, second place, chapter team, Ethan Ka and Adrian Mendunce. Second place, Data Science and Analytics, Kyle Wright. First place, Debating Technical Issues, Nathan Hernandez Gonzalez and Caleb Rock. Second place in STEM Mass Media, Bryson Biermark, Matthew Hines, Toma Landgrebe, Camille Moultrie, and Kyle Wright. The teacher at Paul Duke STEM High School is Dr. Philip Peavy, and representing Paul Duke STEM High School is Assistant Principal Marlene Goodall. From Peachtree Ridge High School, first place in Biotechnology Design, Alex Hahn, Iris Wong, Zayad Ishak, Claire Kim, Juan Ortiz Perez, and Janice Yu. Their teacher is Michael Fuchsia, and the principal of Peachtree Ridge High School is Jad Jarinsky. If you'll please turn and face the audience for a round of applause. Board members, our entire team is deeply thankful for your acknowledgement and support of career, technical, and agricultural education programs across our district. Without you, we could not provide the extraordinary labs, the equipment, and the specialized teacher training to keep our programs moving forward. And at this time, please join me one more time in giving a round of applause to all of our student honorees tonight.
Congratulations, students and staff, for a job well done at the state and national levels, and thank you as well, Mr. Davis Austin. For tonight's last recognition, I call on Dr. Chandra Walker, Executive Director of Leadership Development. Dr. Walker.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Therese, board members, and Interim Superintendent Dr. Taylor. I am Dr. Chandra Walker, Executive Director of Leadership Development. Today is a significant day for the Quality Plus Leader Academy as we celebrate and are pleased to present to the board 75 current and aspiring school leaders who have successfully completed the Aspiring Leader Program, Cohort 17. This 9-month program is designed to prepare future leaders by exploring and applying the essential knowledge, skills, and behaviors of effective school leaders.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Grelauris Calcaño, Director of Leadership Development. Over the course of the Aspiring Leader Program, participants engaged in a comprehensive, hands-on leadership development experience that blended theory with real-world application. They applied their learning through leaderships, simulations, case studies, and performance-based activities. Participants also engaged in book studies and developed and presented an individual capstone project focused on addressing a meaningful problem of practice within their school community. Together, these experiences helped strengthen their leadership and expanded their ability to lead with purpose and impact in support of students, staff, and school communities. At this time, we would like to invite 2 of our ALP Cohort 17 graduates to share their reflections of learning and provide additional insights into the impact of this program on the development of school leaders. Please allow me to introduce Solomon Baswai Jr., Assistant Principal at South Gwinnett High School, and Maya Aram, Assistant Principal at Lilburn Elementary.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Therese, members of the board, Interim Superintendent Dr. Taylor, community members, and district leaders. Thank you for the opportunity to address you tonight. My name is Maya Aram, and I'm an assistant principal at Lilburn Elementary School and a proud graduate of the Aspiring Leader Program Cohort 17. I am also a product of Gwinnett County Public Schools, having graduated from Berkmar High School in 1999, or as the kids say, the late 1900s. When I enrolled at Berkmar as a sophomore, I saw myself reflected in the people around me for the first time. Growing up in a bilingual, bicultural household, I was often seen as other. But in the halls of Berkmar, I found a sense of belonging. I saw students who looked like me, students with whom I could speak Japanese, something that I'd never experienced before. As a student in GCPS, I cultivated my identity and felt seen and valued. Now, as an educator and leader, I strive to create that same space for my students, where they can embrace their unique identities and experience a true sense of belonging. Throughout ALP, we engaged in learning experiences led by leaders across the district, from school improvement and operations, human resources, and teaching and learning, to help us move from theory to practice. We read several thought-provoking books designed to broaden our leadership perspective. Zaretta Hammond's Culturally Responsive Teaching in the Brain was particularly impactful, sparking deep discourse within our cohort. The text challenged us to reflect on our biases and deepen our understanding of culturally responsive instruction. One of the most impactful experiences was participating in school visits across the district. We observed high-quality Tier 1 instruction, including explicit teaching, student engagement, and collaborative structures that support student achievement. We also saw classrooms where students felt seen, valued, and connected, reinforcing that strong instruction and leadership must center on people, relationships, and belonging. ALP is about being truly seen. The leadership development team recognized our strengths while supporting our growth, helping us see potential in ourselves that we had not yet recognized. Gwinnett County Public Schools gave me a sense of belonging as a student, and the Aspiring Leader Program has given me the vision to lead. We are graduating from this program prepared to lead with empathy and instructional excellence. Thank you for investing in our leadership so we can continue to invest in the future of our students.
Good evening. My name is Solomon Bazawai Jr., and I'm an assistant principal at South Gwinnett High School. Standing before you today is both humbling and meaningful. As a first-generation Nigerian American, my upbringing was rooted in discipline, resilience, and a deep respect for education. My parents instilled in me the belief that opportunities are earned through hard work and that success is about lifting others as you rise. That perspective has shaped how I lead, how I serve, and how I show up for my students and colleagues every single day. I came to Gwinnett with prior experience as an assistant principal and I can say without hesitation that the level of support here is unlike anything I have ever experienced. The ALP onboarding process reflected intentionality, preparing me not just to survive in leadership, but to thrive. As someone new to the district, I also felt that my voice was heard and respected. An invaluable component of ALP was the opportunity to work closely with our coaching groups. These experiences pushed us to reflect, to collaborate, and to grow. My coach challenged me to move beyond managing daily operations to leading systems, supporting people, and building sustainable structures that positively impact students and staff. Building on what Maya shared, ALP challenged us to move beyond compliance and focus on impact, particularly in supporting teachers and ensuring that our most vulnerable students receive consistent, high-quality support. A requirement of ALP was to develop a capstone project that would address the problem of practice related to school improvement. This experience was transformational. Through this work, we gained a deeper understanding of the local school plan for improvement and the importance of aligning systems, instruction, and the student support to schools' vision and goals. We saw how intentional leadership decisions directly connect to student outcomes. One of the most powerful lessons I learned is that leadership is not about position. It is about responsibility and service. It is collaborative, built on relationships, trust, and a shared commitment to doing what is best for students. It is a privilege to serve in Gwinnett County Schools, to learn from visionary leaders, and to work alongside such talented educators. On behalf of Cohort 17, thank you for investing in us. Thank you for believing in us and preparing us to lead with purpose. We are better because of this experience, and we are ready to carry this work forward. Thank you.
Cohort members, please turn around to allow your family and friends an opportunity to take your picture. Thank you, Interim Superintendent Dr. Taylor and Board of Education for your continued support of the Aspiring Leader Program. Chairperson Dr. Therese, this concludes our presentation.
Congratulations to you, Cohort 17, on successfully completing your leadership preparation program. Thank you as well, Dr. Walker and Dr. Calcagno. Dr. Therese, I'll turn the program back over to you.
Well, May is an extraordinary time of the year when we celebrate our students and also our leadership program. Thank you all so very much. Congratulations, congratulations to all. Now we'll move on to the next item for approval, our consent agenda. The consent agenda allows the Board of Education to act on routine items of business as a series. Our first item on the consent agenda is 6.02 purchase orders. This is an informational item and is comprised of a monthly report listing all purchase orders of $2,000 or more. For each item, the following are identified: the vendor, items purchased, destination for items, budgeted amount, dollar amount, and method of purchase. Board members, are there any comments or questions? Okay. The action on items on the consent agenda are as follows: 6.3 B2615BM on-demand IT professional services, 6.4 Shiloh High School and Shiloh building maintenance, facility easements, and right-of-way, 6.5 B2516BM interactive panels for retrofit projects, 6.6 B2450AM on-demand speech language pathologists, 6.7 B2614AM on-demand school-based mental health services, 6.8 certificate of completion, 6.9 approval of minutes for the special call meeting held on April 4, 2026, monthly work session held on April 14, 2026, board budget work session held on April 16, 2026, monthly business meeting held on April 16, 2026, and the special call meeting held on April 24, 2026. Do I have a motion regarding the items on the consent agenda?
I make a motion that we approve items 6.03 to 6.09 on the consent agenda.
A second. Motion seconded by Dr. Simmons. Is there any discussion? I think we had a conversation earlier today, just in general, about some of the items here. So, I don't know if we can ask if you could share a little bit more. Is this the item we had around the mental health services? Is that for our teachers, educators? The clinicians? Oh, okay. Okay. All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Next, Dr. Taylor, Superintendent Report.
Item 7.1 is a proposed resolution suspending certain policy requirements for hiring leadership positions. This resolution is offered to ensure that the district's leadership needs can be met in a timely manner and will allow both the interim superintendent and the incoming superintendent flexibility in the hiring process for executive cabinet and cabinet level positions. Chair Dr. Teresa, I recommend approval of the resolution.
Board members, do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the resolution to policy GBC, employment and recruitment.
A second. Motion seconded by Dr. Simmons. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous.
At this time, we will have Chief Human Resources Officer Kathy Harden provide an update for staff reports. Chief Harden.
Good evening, Chairperson Dr. Johnson Morgan, board members, Dr. Taylor. The HR team and I are pleased to present the Human Resources Report for the month of May. Our teacher vacancy report for 26-27 school year. We currently have 108 vacant teaching positions for the upcoming school year. Teacher vacancies have been decreased from 166 last month to the current 108. We remain below where we were at this time last year when vacancies were at 152, which is a 29% reduction. Our team remains focused on reaching full staffing by new teacher orientation in July, and we are on a positive trajectory to meet that goal. You can see here by the historical trends, our progression over this time last year and our progress over last month to this month. Our paraprofessional vacancy report. This slide reflects our current paraprofessional vacancies for 26-27 school year with 79 positions currently unfilled, which is a significant improvement from the 147 at this time last year, a 42% reduction. 69 paraprofessionals have been hired since last month's board report. Paraprofessionals continue to be sourced directly to schools, and we historically see a strong increase in hiring as we approach the start of the school year. To accelerate progress, we are increasing targeted recruitment efforts, including paraprofessional outreach at our dedicated hiring event in May here at the ISC. You can also see here we have 79 total, and the breakdown of Title I to non-title and improvement over last month, and then the historical year-over-year trend. This slide shows the data regarding new teacher hires so far for the 26-27 school year. 677 total new teachers hired for the 26-27 school year. And you can see the breakdown by title and non-title. The data from our substitute staffing team continues to show positive outcomes for the 25-26 school year. As you requested, we have included historical substitute staffing data on this slide as well. As of May 12th, we have 4,460 substitutes on our roster with an average fill rate of 89.86%. As of last month, you can see the increase in number of substitutes this time last year, the number of substitutes we have available, and an increase in our fill rate year to date. Our most recent GCPS Teacher and Paraprofessional Job Fair was held on April 30th at Discovery High School. Principals had an opportunity to interview candidates and offer contracts at the fair. Our theme for this event was Discover Your Yes with GCPS. We had 291 candidates attend with 19 schools participating in interviews. 21 contingent offers have been made so far from this recruitment event. Our upcoming pre-K teacher and paraprofessional job fair will be held at the Instructional Support Center on Wednesday, May 27th. The theme of this fair is Bright Beginnings Begin with Yes to GCPS. As a part of our district's Grow Your Own strategy, GCPS hosted its annual Future Teacher Signing Day on April 15th to celebrate and secure the next generation of educators. A record-setting 130 letters of intent were signed. This milestone reflects the continued success of building strong internal talent pipelines and inspiring students to return as future teachers. This concludes the HR report. I stand ready to answer questions. Thank you.
Appreciate the data related to year-over-year historical trends. I do find that very helpful, and you can totally see where this time last year there's a significant improvement, but just over time there's been an improvement. So thank you all, you and your team, for the work you're doing around addressing our vacancies. And then I also appreciate the title and non-title breakout. And then I just want to share another reminder around providing an update for the schools related to attrition. That would be helpful as well locally so we can see that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Board members, you have heard the monthly Human Resources report this afternoon in executive session that included a list of all employees being hired, taking a leave of absence, and terminating employment. I would like to call attention to the leadership appointments that were discussed in executive session and are being recommended to you for approval, along with the other personnel mentioned in executive session. We are recommending Patrick Burke for the position of Chief Operations Officer in the Division of Facilities and Operations with an effective date of 5/15/2026. We also have one additional item. I will be transitioning to the role of Chief Accountability and Engagement Officer in the Division of Strategy, Performance, and Accountability with an effective date of July 1st, 2026. Chair Dr. Therese, I recommend approval of the monthly Human Resources report.
Dr. Taylor, if I could, I believe we skipped item 7.1.
We did 7.1.
We did 7.1?
Yes.
And we had a motion on that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure.
Board members, we have a motion on the Human Resources report.
I make a motion to approve the monthly Human Resource report.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Dr. Taylor?
At this time, we will have Chief Financial Officer Masana Mallard provide the monthly financial update.
Good evening again, Dr. Therese, board members, Interim Superintendent Dr. Taylor. I'm pleased to present the General Fund Financial Report for the month ending March 31st, 2026. This represents the 9th month in the General Fund Report for fiscal year 2026. Revenues for the period were $2.14 billion, exceeding the year-to-date budget by $47.3 million, or 2.26 overall. Local revenue underperformed slightly, but close to budget, coming in at about 1.20 billion, which is about 4.8 million, or 0.4% below budget. State revenue was primarily the driver in terms of the positive variance, totaling about 934 million, which was about 51.8 million above budget, so 5.9%. Of course, this was the governor's supplement, if you recall, would have come in that month. That was about 40 million right there. Federal revenue exceeded expectations by 256,000. Of course, this remains a relatively small part of the overall funding under the general revenue, but overall, the variance for revenue is, obviously, the revenues are positive, greater than expenditures at this time, so that is going to add to fund balance. As we speak about expenses, looking at the expense section, the total expenses were 2.03 billion, which is about 111.3 million below the year-to-date budget, reflecting about a 5.2 favorable variance. Salaries totaled about 1.2 billion, coming in at 36.4 million, or 3% under budget. Benefits, again, under budget, 3.6, and then other expenses, again, at 21.1% below budget. So across all major categories, expenditures were significantly lower than budget. Ending, of course, with fund balance greater than expected. So the actual ending reserved fund balance reached 550 million, exceeding budget by about 154 million, or 39.1% greater. Of course, the fund balance percentage that we're expecting is going to be expected to increase about 27.2%, which is, again, significantly higher than budgeted. We would continue to see this trend kind of fluctuate as revenues are still coming in. You have state revenue accruals coming at the end of June. You still have expenditures going up. But we probably may end pretty much on budget target is what we're thinking. Again, our budget, general fund budget, is stable and healthy at this point. That concludes my report, board members.
Board members, do I have a motion regarding the monthly financial report?
The motion first. Item 7.3 is the monthly financial report as of March 31st, 2026. The reports are from the financial records kept at the central office and do not include local school financial records that reflect receipts and disbursements at each school. It also includes a copy of our sales tax receipts for SPLOST 6. I recommend approval of the monthly financial report.
Board members, do we have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the March 31st, 2026 monthly financial report.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous.
Item 7.4 on the agenda, 2022 through 2027 building program and construction report, is for your information only. This report is a listing of all construction projects funded by the 2022 through 2027 building program budget. It also provides the current status and scheduled completion date of each project. If any of you would like an update on any specific project, Chief of Operations Patrick Burke can provide you with that information.
Board members, are there any questions? Okay. We now move to student discipline. By law, matters related to student discipline, appeals, expulsions, and/or petitions for readmission must be discussed in executive or closed session. Georgia law further requires board members to affirm in the public business meeting the actions taken in executive session. The first item of business under student discipline in the monthly tribunal summary. Board members, do I have a motion regarding the monthly tribunal summary as presented in executive session?
I make a motion to affirm the action taken in executive session regarding the monthly tribunal summary.
A second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Board members, do I have a motion regarding student discipline appeals as presented in executive session?
I make a motion to affirm the action taken in executive session regarding student discipline appeals.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Dr. Taylor?
This item seeks approval of an intergovernmental agreement with Beaufort City Schools for the provision of educational services for students who receive certain special education services and reside in the Beaufort City School District. This one-year agreement marks the continuation of a long period of interjurisdictional cooperation. The proposed agreement has been amended to reflect that Gwinnett County School District will continue to provide special education services to certain students identified within the agreement. I recommend approval of this intergovernmental agreement with Beaufort City Schools.
Board members, do I have a motion regarding the recommendation?
I move to approve the intergovernmental agreement between the Gwinnett County School District and the Beaufort City School District.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Next, we will move to constituent comments. The first person is Socorro Lee. Please approach the podium closest to you, and after is Ivy Goins. You are next on deck.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, and Dr. Taylor. For months, I have stood before this board asking for one simple thing, that Gwinnett County Public Schools follow the law, protect students, and treat families with dignity. Instead, what many families have and are experiencing is retaliation, intimidation, discrimination, procedural violations, denial of services, privacy breaches, and a culture where accountability appears secondary to protecting the institution and unethical staff. At some point, this stops being about isolated incidents. It becomes a pattern where parents raise legitimate concerns and are labeled dictators, demanding and difficult, where families advocating for children with disabilities are treated like adversaries instead of partners, where procedural safeguards exist on paper but become nearly impossible to enforce without escalation, complaints, or legal intervention. And while families are left carrying the emotional, educational, and financial consequences, leadership continues moving forward as though public trust has not been damaged. This week alone perfectly captures the problem. While parents across this county were dealing with fear, confusion, and inconsistent communication surrounding school safety, there was a hoax, several different schools this month. My family instead was being threatened with a student attendance review committee meeting regarding my child with disabilities. A child who completes daily online coursework, a child who logs into speech services twice a week, a child district knows does not currently have a replacement instructional agreement after prior concerns involving his teacher. Instead of resolving the service failures, the pressure was redirected to my family. That is the problem. Too many parents are exhausted from fighting systems that seem more focused on protecting themselves than protecting children. Parents are not asking for perfection. We are asking for honesty. Public statements. A world-class district is measured by what happens when mistakes are made. Does leadership take responsibility? Are families treated with respect? Are vulnerable students protected? Are corrective actions actually implemented? Or are concerns minimized, delayed, redirected, and buried beneath procedure and public relations language? Right now, too many families already know the answer. And so we're all clear, children matter, disabilities rights matter, student privacy matters, due process matters, school safety matters, public trust matters. And when families are repeatedly forced into complaints, hearings, legal filings, and public comment simply to secure rights already guaranteed under federal law, that's not a communication problem. It's a systemic problem and a leadership problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Ivy Goins. Okay. And next, we have Jeremy Cavallero.
All right. Good evening, everybody. It's great to see you. I appreciate what you guys have been doing this past year and these past 2 years. I stand before you just happy to say this on behalf of my family, that you guys can come up and stand here if you want, or you can just play your games there. They're thrilled about the pilot for the Evolve weapons detectors going into 5 elementary schools next year. But namely, I know this little one, and then my crazy son over there, he's happy about it going to Ivy Creek. And we just want to appreciate you guys. It is just it goes to show you that you need to get involved. If you, like the last speaker was saying, there's so many just vague references of what they don't like and what they say is going on in the district. Those folks should get involved. I don't know if she's speaking for a large amount of people, but get involved and get yourself in part of the process here that helps shape the school system for children and for teachers. We just applaud you guys for taking this step in safety. Again, high school and middle school, it's amazing that you've done that ahead of any law that's been passed or hopefully will be passed in the future that we will continue to work on in the state. But to see that you're forward thinking to this just blatant tragedy that's going on throughout our country, you're addressing it. You're taking the effort and the stance that we will not allow children to be shot or even shot at in schools, and the teachers who spend their lives educating these kids. You're keeping them safe, and you're changing the dynamic, and it is just, my heart is overwhelmed with joy and love for you guys, that not only just the board, but the whole administrative staff that has been involved in this, that's heard our pleas and our cries, and we've certainly cried about it. Just to know that our kids are going to come home each and every day, and that we're going to stop weapons from going into schools. It should be fundamental everywhere else, and you guys are leading the way, and we're so thankful of that. And just wanted to take some time out to appreciate you and thank you for all you do and all you've been doing. Have a great night. Thank you.
Next, we have Yoliba Jenner.
Good evening. Thank you so much for your time. And my name is Yoliba Jenner, and I'm here as a proud parent of a student in Couch Middle School. To make a very long story short, due to the time, on April 29, 2024, our family's life changed forever when my son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I'm not going to bore you with the details due to the time. We sure know what type 1 diabetes is. As we all know, federal law recognizes the seriousness of this condition, and under Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act and the Americans with Disabilities Act, students like my son are legally entitled to accommodations that ensure their safety and equal access to education, right? For the most part, our experience with the school, shout out, I don't know if this is allowed, specific teachers, language arts teacher Katrina Woods, Mr. DeBoss, our county cluster nurse, Jacqueline Cooper. Excellent, really a great support for our family. However, our experience has not been uniform, again, among all the classes. It is a particular experience with some teachers in the school where there's documented instances where the absolute disrespect and disregard for my son's life, where he has experienced from these teachers, are astonishing. Despite ongoing communication and repeated pleas, this pattern has continued. And just to really drill in mind what I mean by this is I want you to imagine yourselves as adults or your children having to raise your hand every time you're having a medical episode, you're about to pass out. You are not feeling your body. You're seeing black spots. You have a headache that is splitting your head in half. And you have to raise your hand and wait for your boss to acknowledge you so you can go get the medicine and the treatment that you need and deserve. Can you imagine how humiliating, inhumane, Like, I see that at work, I'll be like, that's illegal, right? I think we all would. Unthinkable. And yet this is a treatment that my son has experienced time and time again. No child should have ever have to endure this. I am not here seeking conflict or pity. I am here because no child or no parent should have to fight for accommodations that are not only legally required, but designed to keep them safe and alive. No family should feel dismissed after repeatedly raising serious concerns about a child's well-being at school. I respectfully ask this board to please ensure stronger oversight, accountability, and staff training regarding the implementation of a 504 accommodations across this district so that not other child or family experience what our family has endured this year. Thank you so much for your time.
Next, we have Miranda Martin, and after Miranda Martin is Austin Crawford.
Hello and good evening. My name is Miranda Martin. I've been a parent of Gwinnett County students for the last 16 years. I had not noticed how things had changed drastically until the last 4 years. All of my kids are special needs students. One passed away from cancer 11 years ago. 2 of my children are still Gwinnett County students, which is why I'm very adamant to see change with our new superintendent. Not only were my biological children hurt by Gwinnett County Public Schools, but so were children who I was a kinship caregiver for. My oldest son was bullied by a teacher at one school. The girls who I was kinship caregiver for were involved in a Title IX incident, and the school involved very much tried to cover it up, from the resource officers all the way up to employees here at the ISC. We were harassed by Gwinnett County Public Schools employees, forced to do things we didn't have to under Title IX laws, guided by people working both sides. We were harassed to the point that it shattered our family. I'm here today because this isn't something I want to see happening with families in a county that I've been a part of for my entire life anymore. I want very much to feel safe sending my kids to GCPS. And the way it has been set up since at least 2017, it was certainly not set up to protect families. It's been set up in a way to not only just protect employees, but also the status quo. I am praying change is coming now, and I would like to have a meeting with the new superintendent to show her proof I have of negligence by her employees, so at least she knows which employees to keep an eye on, to ensure what happened to my family and my children never happens again to another family. God bless, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Next, we have Austin Crawford. After Austin is Chelsea Hutchins.
Hi, my name is Austin Crawford, and I graduated from Grayson High School in 2016. I'm here to talk to you guys today about the role of technology in our classrooms. I decided to take a data-driven approach for today to align with you guys' statements over there. I'm going to start by talking about the big picture internationally and what the tests have shown there, and then talk about Gwinnett specifically. I'm going to start with the PISA, the Program for International Student Assessment run by the OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. They asked students how many hours per day they spend on screens in the classroom, and the results were clear. The more time on screens, the worse their results. On average, students who spend 6 hours or more per day on screens score 66 points lower than those who didn't use them at all. That is the equivalent of a 2-letter grade drop. Okay, that's one study. Let's look at another. How about TIMSS, otherwise known as the Trends in the International Mathematics and Science Study? On average, students who use a computer every day in class scored about 41 points lower in math and 51 points lower in science, compared to students who barely use them at all. That's a 1.5 letter grade equivalent drop. Okay, how about PEARLS, the Progress in International Reading Literacy Study? These are 4th graders taking a reading comprehension test around the world. Students who use computers at school almost daily scored 53 points lower than those who rarely use them. That is the equivalent of a 1.5 letter grade drop. This shows us that across all of these 3 major exams, using technology lowers scores. The OECD itself even noted, countries that invested less in introducing computers into school have improved faster on average than countries who have invested more. Results are similar across reading, mathematics, and science. Okay, we looked at international, but now let's talk about Gwinnett County. Specifically, Gwinnett County literacy levels in the 3rd grade. In 2019, 19% of 3rd graders read below grade level in Gwinnett County. In 2025, the first group of students not directly impacted by the COVID lockdowns had a 31.9% of 3rd graders read below grade level. That is a 67% increase in students not reading at grade level. The data is clear. Once Gwinnett adapted a one-to-one student-to-device policy, reading proficiency has sharply declined. The students from that class specifically show it's not the results of COVID still showing, it's the changes we made during COVID that are causing the problems. I'll be back in future meetings to talk beyond the data and talk about why technology hurts our students and maybe what we should be considering doing in the future. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. Next, we have Chelsea Hutchings, and after Chelsea Hutchings, it is Kurt Walters.
Good evening. This morning I had the pleasure of attending the Phoenix High School graduation on Lawrenceville lawn. The students spoke about hard work and sacrifice, second chances and opportunities. When the principal spoke, she shared what she believed to be the thing that set Phoenix High School apart, the key ingredient to helping all those students succeed no matter the obstacles they had to overcome. She said that each student received an intentional level of individual care and direction. I know GCPS is a big school district with dozens and dozens of schools and tens of thousands of students. I know it could be understandable to hear someone justify a more high-level approach to caring for the students in the district as a whole. There are just so many students, schools, and clusters. However, that approach does not yield excellence for each and every student. When a student is seen and supported as an individual, the focus shifts from how do we fit these students into the system to how do we build an environment to support all students so they can learn, belong, and grow. That changes everything. An individualized approach recognizes that students have different strengths, interests, communication styles, motivations, backgrounds, and support needs. It allows educators to respond to the actual child in front of them instead of relying on assumptions tied to a label, demographic, disability category, test score, or program placement. For students, this often leads to stronger relationships and trust with adults, increased confidence and self-worth, higher expectations and opportunities, more meaningful participation, better engagement and behavior, growth in independence and self-advocacy, and a greater sense of belonging and community. Watching those students receive their degrees was a poignant reminder that all the hard work it takes to support and teach our students is more than worth it. And I'm grateful for all the staff, educators, and leaders who do this important work. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, and our final speaker is Mr. Kurt Walters.
Good evening, board members. I come to you similar to my good friend and church buddy and just a good guy, Jeremy Cavallero. I come to say thank you. I am the father of 3 young men, and next year will be the first time in my school cluster we'll have a weapons detection system at the elementary, the middle school, and the high school. And it's also for the first time I'll have 3 boys at the elementary, 1 boy at the elementary, middle, and high school. So I just come here just to simply say thank you. Thank you for listening to our voices, showing your commitment as it relates to protecting the children, and more importantly, showing the state that Gwinnett County can make a difference. And they can make a difference in terms of intentionality, they can make a difference in terms of action, and more importantly, they could truly demonstrate to our children that commitment and resolve matters. So with that, I want to extend my appreciation, being a father of 3, but I also want to encourage you all to think beyond Gwinnett County, to think beyond the walls of what we call the second-year cluster, and be an advocate, as we attempted to do this last legislative session, to advocate for the weapons detection system across the state. I would be remiss if only my children were protected. So with that, I say thank you again. You guys have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Now I turn our comments over to our board.
Thank you, Chairwoman Dr. Simmons. Tonight, I proudly wear my Lawrenceville Elementary School shirt. Earlier this month, I spent time with Lawrenceville Elementary, their pre-K program. What I witnessed was a school community living out what it truly means to put students and families first. Recently, a local daycare unexpectedly closed. Lawrenceville Elementary did not hesitate. In a community where 86% of students qualify for free or reduced lunch, the school stepped up, welcoming new pre-K students and additional staff mid-year to provide stability, continuity, and care during a difficult transition for families. Many students go on to qualify for gifted programs and achieve extraordinary things. So I am incredibly proud of the educators, ESP, staff, and leaders who are helping to level the playing field for our youngest learners each and every day. I also had the opportunity to visit Give East, which serves students in grades 6 through 12 in an alternative education setting. What stood out the most was the intentionality of the environment. Students are seen and known. The smaller class sizes allow students to receive the individualized attention they need, especially students who may have struggled in larger school settings where classes can easily reach 35 students or more. Increasingly, families are choosing Give and alternative education settings because they value the smaller learning environment, individualized attention, mentorship, and support students receive there. And for some students, particularly those experiencing trauma, foster care placement, substance abuse challenges, or other difficult life circumstances, having adults who constantly show up for them can change the trajectory of their life. That is what Give and every other alternative education program represents: a second chance, a support system, a reminder that one mistake, one hardship, or one difficult season does not define a student. So I look forward to celebrating our graduates at Give during the senior promotion ceremony on May 19th and recognizing students who have persevered through challenges. This week also marked the conclusion of a successful policy advisory committee cycle, and I am incredibly proud of the work accomplished by the committee. Since its formation last summer, the committee brought together GCPS students, parents, teachers, community members, and a state lawmaker to help shape policies that directly impact our schools. Among the important policies advanced this year was policy IDGG regarding multilingual learners, supporting over or approximately 40,000 GCPS students across our district. This policy strengthens how we identify and support students whose primary home language is not English and ensures that multilingual learners have access to rigorous grade level instruction and opportunities, including services for MLs who are also identified as gifted or having a disability. We also advanced policy DCKI related to the budget process, reinforcing transparency, accountability, and public understanding of how resources are allocated across schools. As we look ahead, student safety will remain a critical focus, including ongoing discussions regarding search and seizure policies and how we create safe, supportive learning environments for all students. So I want to thank our interim superintendent, Dr. Taylor, Chief Millard, Chief Nebel, Mr. Burke, Dr. Harris, Mr. Michael, who supported with the technology, Dr. Therese Johnson Morgan, our board chair, for her co-leadership, and especially to our students who were extremely valuable throughout this process. And I'll just like to conclude with serving as vice chair of the committee and now as chair of the policy advisory committee has been one of the greatest honors of my service. And I just want to thank the board for its trust, faith, and support. And I look forward to continue this important work together.
Thank you, Ms. Stone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being with us this evening. Always great to have the awards at this time. This is my favorite time of the year because we get to do a lot of celebrating. The May meeting is always long because we probably celebrated 300 individuals at the beginning of this meeting. And it's graduation season, which is super, super exciting. I do want to start, though, by saying it's been a busy month, and I say month. Last month, I attended virtually, as we have the opportunity to do only twice a year, but when it's important, we can be here. I bring you greetings from our colleague, Mr. Gasper, who had to be out of town on business, but who chose his option to not participate virtually, because there may be some other reasons why he wants to be a part of other meetings, but that's our option. And I was, in fact, a part of the meeting last month, and after a lot of travel, getting back this week has been also extremely busy. Tuesday morning, I was right here in this room as we celebrated our custodians. It was the 38th annual Custodian Awards celebration for Gwinnett County Public Schools. And the amount of service that was in that room, the number of people who have served 15, 20, 25 years, was amazing. The number of awards, consecutive awards, 15 years, 20 plus years that custodians and their schools had received awards. It was a fantastic celebration. It was great to be here for that. But this morning, again, kicks off this graduation season. I was able to be at the Phoenix graduation. The Phoenix graduation, and there are two a year, and it's very special because this is an opportunity when students who have figured out, based upon decisions they've made or decisions they've been affected by, or just circumstances, that they have gotten off track but want to continue their education. And the Principal Ross and her staff at Phoenix do an amazing job for these students to get them a plan to get back on track and to try to graduate. I was told of one student who was at Discovery High School and in January met with Phoenix and wanted to try a dual process. And Principal Ross said, I don't think just after school here at Phoenix is going to work. And so they worked out a plan. He wasn't really sold on it. The family got behind, supported it, and he ended up enrolling in Phoenix full time. And he walked the stage this morning. It was absolutely fantastic. The partnership with Simon Youth Foundation makes this possible. This is an alternative school that we have chosen to stand up, and we chose to stand it up years and years ago, along with, as Ms. Stone mentioned, our Give Centers East and West, which is another place where kids have a second chance, and we'll celebrate those 120 or so that are graduating, finishing their time at GCPS on Tuesday. Oakland Meadow for our special needs kids from kindergarten through fourth grade. The Bice Center for those from fifth grade through 12th grade and beyond. The Bice Center actually serves students until they're 21 years old. So that's the heart of Gwinnett. That's one of the reasons I love Phoenix, and I'm going to love again for the third year in a row being at the Give celebration on Tuesday. Because the heart of Gwinnett is to help each and every student succeed and each and every student get across the stage. And our staff is dedicated and works tirelessly to do that. So that was the first of 8 graduations that I'll be able to be a part of. So this time next week, we'll be in the midst of our cluster graduations, and it will be an exciting time, and I'm looking forward to sharing the opportunity and the stage with 8 other cluster, or, I forgot, Gwinnett Online Campus as a special alternative way to finish up here at GCPS, and I'll celebrate with them next Friday night. So again, great time, a wonderful time to be a part of GCPS. I would also say that elections are Tuesday. And so we have an opportunity. District 2 and District 4 are on the ballot. And so would encourage everyone to go out and vote your conscience. And we'll look forward to seeing what happens, what takes place, what transpires, and we'll move on from there. But I enjoyed this week. I'm looking forward to next week, and I hope you all have a great evening.
Well, thank you to everyone who was able to join us, whether in person or virtually, for our meeting. As I already mentioned, this is a highlight of the year where we celebrate the pinnacle success of our students and as they graduate and enter into the world, whether college or careers or the military. We're so grateful for all of the staff in our schools and across the district office that have helped to get them to this point in their K-12 career. But I want to talk about another important time of the year, and that is, it is election season. One of the key responsibilities of public education school system is to educate students around civic responsibility. And so this is a time where I would encourage you to take your students, your children with you to the polls as you get out to vote. This morning, interestingly enough, national news headlines talked about the national reading recession and how there are about 83 school districts nationally that have shown a decline in reading. This is an alarm that we've been ringing here with GCPS for some time now, which has led us to our renewed vision and focus and priority of targeting reading instruction and working to elevate reading achievement amongst our students. I also had a chance to attend a advisory council meeting with South Gwinnett High School recently, where they shared that 50% of the seniors were at risk of being chronically absent, which means students are absent 10 or more days. This is another national crisis where students are not showing up to school. Additionally, we see intentionality around defunding public education, even right here in Georgia with some of the legislation that has been proposed here in Gwinnett County as well as across the state. So then we're at risk of having to do more with less funding. I raise all of these concerns just to encourage you all to make your voices heard, to get out and vote. A lot of people think about voting for the president and not necessarily thinking about how important it is to vote in your local elections. A lot of the decisions made locally in your county and in your state really impact you more maybe than some of the federal decisions that are made. So I encourage you to get out and vote. This week, if you can, early voting is still taking place, and Election Day is on Tuesday. I do want to end with this idea of, even though there are 83% of school districts that were showing decline in reading, that means that 17% are showing improvement. So it is possible. And as a school system, we can prove that we can be amongst that 17% of schools that are showing improvement when it comes to reading. So I continue to believe, I believe that our budget is our moral document when we put our dollars when we put our dollars to work to make improvements where we believe the focus should be. So again, I just encourage you to get out and vote, and I look forward to celebrating our students as they cross the stage next week. Thank you.
I want to also share about what Dr. Simmons shared related to the voting. You and also Mr. Knudsen. We also know that what's happening right now in our nation, I often say that we can't separate what's happening in our nation and in the world and think that it's not brought into our communities and into our classrooms. So with the gutting of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, with the anti-DEI policies that are happening from this current administration, the unemployment in the black community, ICE terrorism, the targeting of the black community and our black children is impacting our classrooms, our communities. And if we don't address those things that are impacting, in particular, our black children, that will be reflected in our classrooms. So when all children are impacted, some children may not have what they need. So race and politics in America continue to shape education, policy, democracy, and lived experiences of millions of people in this country. They've always been intertwined. So education isn't something that's separate and apart from what is happening in our communities. People continue to say race doesn't matter. Those who dismiss those conversations about race and inequality and discrimination, they say that it's divisive, that it's unnecessary, we shouldn't talk about those things, that they don't see color. But it's so important for us to understand that even in the data, we see it, especially in black communities. And it's important for us to understand their lived experiences and not gaslight them. We see it in laws, we see it in policy systems, decisions shaped by race every day. We see it in the voting rights, we see it in housing, we see it in healthcare, we see it in environmental injustice, and we see it in education. And public education is weakened, so are our communities. James Baldwin once said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." And so we can't remain silent. We have to name it. We have to name it so that we can address it. And as a black woman serving in public office, I would be remiss if I stayed silent about the anti-blackness and the misogynoir that I personally experience and witness in the community, and how our children and our families are hurting. And silence does not create healing. Silence protects injustice. So we must speak out, we must stand together as a community to help support our black children, our black families, because everyone will benefit when we address the needs of the most vulnerable. Many black families are enduring generations of trauma connected to slavery, racial terror, Jim Crow, segregation, discrimination, mass incarceration, economic exclusion, and ongoing inequities. And they continue today in modernized forms. And the history right now is repeating itself. It's repeating itself in our communities, our schools, and in our policies. So I'm asking our community to stand together as one and to understand with empathy that it is important for us to address these needs, because we see the disparities in the data. We see where black families or black children are being impacted in discipline, disproportionality, grading outcomes, AP courses, school environments, college readiness supports, maternal mortality rates, healthcare access, income equality, and so many other things. So what can we do? We vote. It might feel very hard right now, especially in the black community around the globe, where anti-blackness continues to shape us, even within our own communities. But we have to understand that together as a community and with people of all races, that we can thrive. But we can only do that when we stand together and vote. We have to vote for the needs of our community. We have to vote our values, vote for humanity, vote with empathy, vote with historical awareness, vote with courage, because silence is not helping us. We have to stand with courage, we have to speak out, but we must, by any means necessary, we must go out and vote, no matter what they do or what they say, and how they may try to create barriers to vote. I encourage our community to please go out and vote.
All right, so I will close us out. We have a chance to get out at a record time. We hadn't been out this early in a while. Definitely want to appreciate all the students and staff that we were able to recognize today, and As always, appreciate those of you who've hung around. I'll close with just the end of the year is exciting, particularly for staff and students to have a much-needed break. There's a lot that goes into the end of the year, and I would be remiss if I didn't just really appreciate all of the staff across the district who have made this a really good year. I have really just been so appreciative of the work in all corners of our district from all of our staff and our students. But as I challenged the principals the other day, we have to finish strong. There's still a lot that can happen in this week, so we want to finish just as strong as we started. And so with that, Teresa, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you all, and now I would like to adjourn our meeting. So do I have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn this business meeting of the Gwinnett County Board of Education.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. It's unanimous. Our meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.